I watched Pose for the first time. I started it, I think, Monday when I was at work. Yeah, and then I watched the rest of it Tuesday because I work from home, so I watched it all day. And I didn't even realize that Pose was coming back yesterday, so good timing. But when it first aired, I was telling people because they were raving about it, I was like, no, I want to wait until the whole season is out so that I can watch it all together. And I kind of enjoy being late as fuck with shows and trying to talk about it and act like it's brand new and exciting and annoying everybody else that already watched it. I did the same thing with Insecure. Every season I watch Insecure after the fact and then want to talk about it. So I watched it and it was really, really good. And it was kind of sad too because like these are very real stories that this is what people in my community were going through then and still a lot of them going through it now, and it's very sad. Like being black and gay or trans is a very traumatic experience. Luckily I've not experienced anything near to what you see in, Pose, for instance, or what a lot of people actually go through. My mother's always talking about how I should be so thankful that I didn't have parents that threw me out and blah, blah, blah. And I remind her each time that you don't get no awards for that. You don't get a high five for doing what you're supposed to do, because that's what parents are supposed to do. Raise and love their children despite whatever sexuality or anything. So you don't get a high five for doing what you should do. But for the people that don't do that, they ain't shit. I don't think any of the gay or trans friends that I've had have had that experience, luckily, because a lot do. But I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that has had to deal with that. Although some of them just stay in the closet, so that's how they're able to do that. And it's funny because when I started this YouTube channel, that's why it's so, y'all probably don't give a shit. But for me, I don't want to say it's therapeutic, but it's kind of like full circle in a way, like watching videos of how I was, 12 years ago. Like, who else has that? I mean, yes, everybody's been on YouTube, blah, 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 but who else can say they've had a channel that long that shows so much of their life with their friends and doing all the kinds of different things that they can still look at now and that they can even continue to do? Like, when I die, they can play my YouTube videos at my funeral. My children can see that or whatever. But looking back at videos where I wasn't as comfortable, because I'm gay, in case you didn't know, I don't know if this is a coming out video. Shocking, isn't it, as I'm wearing somebody's dead grandmother's blouse with this Adolf Hitler swoop on the top of my head? Yes, I am. But when I first got on YouTube, of course I knew, I think I was bi. And shut up, because people like to say that all gay people say that they're bi at first, and it's a lie. But I really was. I liked several girls my senior year of high school. But I think I grew out of that. There was a point in my early 20s when I was like, I'm just gay. I don't like no women. But I did like girls, before that. But anyway, when I first got on YouTube, I was bi or whatever. But of course I wasn't going to say that in a video. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't even say the words. I never would say the words I'm gay because it just felt weird. Even though I guess I knew. I think I knew when I was 16. But I was not comfortable with it like that. When I started this YouTube channel, I had never had I been on a date with a boy? I don't think so, because my first date was when I was 17, and I did start, no, I had been on maybe 1 or 2 or 3 dates. Well, wasn't a whole lot of dates, but I think I'd only kissed one guy or something. So, and that was all that I had done. So when I started this channel, I was still very fresh into gayness. In between then and now, of course, it's a whole different thing. I've done many things besides kiss. But luckily I didn't have all those experiences, but just watching that, so much that they show on there, I already knew because I've had trans people in my life and I'm gay and I've had other gay people in my life. So a lot of that wasn't brand new information, but so many people watching that probably don't realize or didn't realize up until then that these are things that happen. I'm just glad that there's a show that is showing these stories that are important. They need to be seen. We got queer as folk and stuff like that, but this is different. This is more centered to black people. And Noah's Ark was great, but this is a different type of show. And these are stories, especially from the trans aspect, and especially it's trans actresses playing these trans characters. These are stories that you just don't really see like that. So it's, great that that's being shown, and people probably think that a lot of that stuff is just made up for the show, but that's like real life, a lot of that. And I also watched Paris is Burning today. I know I'm fucking late as hell, but I just never got around to it until today. And watching Pose really had me wanting to watch it because I knew they took a lot from that. And as much as I was enjoying it, it was depressing because I was like, I bet most of these people are probably dead now, and it's probably due to AIDS complications for most of them. And I went and looked up, where are they now? And sure enough, several of them are deceased due to AIDS complications. And one of them even got murdered during the filming of this movie. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, they were able to do so much with all that they had to go through. And not just them, but, many people then and now that are gay and trans. But they were able to accomplish so much in such a little bit of time despite everything that happened to them. But they still didn't get to reach their full potential and their full aspirations because of, who they were and the things they've been through. And that's sad. Not to sound like Hazel, but that's sad. And while I haven't personally experienced a lot of these things, I've been lucky enough to not have those issues. I was not kicked out of the house. I'm not HIV positive. No one has like abused me or done anything to me like that. I still feel, a certain type of way because I'm a part of a community that is suffering as a whole. Even if I'm not personally suffering, I feel tied to it, of course. And, just like I feel tied to Black issues. Like, I've never been beaten by a cop, but I can feel for that because that is something that could happen to me and does happen to other people that are like me. And, you're Black, people hate you for that. You're gay, people hate you for that. You're trans, people hate you for that. So it's like I'm getting it from all corners. I mean, I'm not trans, but, the other stuff. And it's also weird how people, like gay people, treat HIV. Like, how are y'all equally ignorant and reckless about it, but at the same time discriminatory? Like, you can't be both. Because the same people, ooh, he got HIV, I'd never date nobody with HIV, I'd never fuck nobody with HIV, blah, blah, blah. These are the same people that are out there busting it wide open left and right and don't ask for no status, ain't on no prep, don't give a fuck, ain't no condoms or anything, or they don't even know how it's, like, all the ways that you can transmit it. So I'm like, obviously you don't give a fuck about it because you're exposing yourself to it constantly, but then you turn around and have hateful things to say about people that have it. Like, people are just so uneducated. Like, I don't, by any means, proclaim to be super, educated on HIV and AIDS, but I think I know more than most seem to. And for people to always be making like these hypotheticals, like, oh, what would you do if somebody had HIV? Or would you date them? Blah, blah. Like, how do you think that makes people feel that have it? To see all these little what ifs, like their life is just a little hypothetical question and people have an ignorant shit to say. Like, people really don't think about that. And so many people have it, which is why it's so weird that people act like it's such a, uncommon, it can never happen to me, and blah, blah, blah. I can think of so many people I know that have it, and there's probably so many more people I know that have it, and I just don't know that they have it, or they don't know that they have it. So it's like, how can y'all act like, oh my God, HIV? Like, girl, you might get it too. Shit, I could get it. Hopefully I don't, but, that could happen. So people really need to, like, I don't understand how it's still a thing. While maybe that's it. Maybe the fact that AIDS isn't as prevalent and that people can live long, healthy lives with HIV, maybe people feel like it's not a big deal. Like, oh, well, I mean, I know there's bug chasers where it's like a kink for people to infect other people and they want to be infected. So maybe, I don't know, maybe some of that is part of that. But, like, it really could have been eradicated by now if people just took the precautions, but they don't give a fuck. Well, not completely, but at least significantly, especially in America. Condoms are free. Like, what the fuck? But that's a whole nother tangent. And it's also upsetting how gay people will discriminate against trans people. Like, I don't understand that. We're all in the same fucking boat. I don't know why you think that you're any better than somebody that's trans. I mean, not that anybody straight should feel like they're better, but you really shouldn't feel like it. In LGBT, what do you think the fucking T stands for? Like, do you not know your history? Do you not know that without trans women of color, there'd be no gay pride? You couldn't be your gay ass self right now? Like, when I see gay people trans bashing, that is just, like the guy that said, it's above me now. Of course, they went and pulled up them fucking tweets. If I ever go viral, I'm deleting everything, because ain't no fucking telling what the fuck I done said. But he was saying transphobic stuff as recently as like 2 weeks ago. And then he made a post saying, I said what I said, but then he realized that might hurt his coins. So then he was like, oh, I apologize, blah, blah, blah. Nah, you said what you said. But, like, that is so, like, who are you to tell somebody who they are? If somebody says they're a woman, they're a fucking woman. It don't matter what they look like, how they sound, how they dress. If that's what the fuck they say, then it is what it is. If they want to be they and them. That you know what I mean, if somebody wants you to call them something, or they feel like there's something, and it may not be what you see in the discussion, it don't matter. If that's what they say, that's what they say. Like, I don't see what's hard about that. Why is that difficult? If I go up to somebody like, hey, bro, not that I talk like that, and they're like, oh, actually, I identify as female. Okay, what is the discussion? What is there to say to that? Like, no, you ain't no female. What the fuck? If they say that, I'm like, oh, okay, my bad. Hey, sis. And that's it. Like, I don't understand. Am I just looking at this differently? Am I not getting it? Is there, as New York's mother would say, what's not clicking? Because I don't get it. I don't understand. I really don't. But that just bothers me so much. Like, don't they have enough to deal with without gay people want to hit in their asses? Like, hello, straight people fucking hate both of y'all, so you might want to join forces. But okay, what do I know? And it's just so irritating. And it's exhausting. It's very exhausting to live in this society with all these things going on. But it's Pride Month. I will be in the parade. I better be in the parade, because when my job sent out the email, I was like instantly replying and signing up. And I need to be at the front of that parade welcoming everybody, because I was in it before with another job. And I felt like it was my parade. Everybody was yelling and screaming. They really just wanted the stuff I was handing out. But that's fine. I felt like they were there for me. And I only handed stuff out to cute men. And that's what I'll be doing this year. And I might give them my number with it too. But anyway, I'm going to be there. This is the 50th anniversary of Pride. Shout out to Marsha P. But I just had that on my chest because after watching Pose, and I haven't watched the new episode. I'm going to probably watch it after this. And watching Paris is Burning, it just was like, while it's great to see, it's also really sad. And then it's, sad to be in this community that's so, ugh. It's bad enough we get it from the outside, but a lot of the work needs to be done from the inside. Gays are trash to each other. Gays are trash to trans people. A lot of trans people are trash to each other. Because I see them, even on Facebook or whatever, calling each other all kind of transphobic shit. I mean, I guess you could say that's like black people call each other nigga, or fat people call each other fat ass. I don't know. Maybe that's not my place to say. But I just feel like everybody's tearing each other down. And it's not helping, like, our cause or anything. We need to be going against the straight people. But anyway, I think I made this pretty short. I'm probably not going to edit it. Who has time for that? But anyway, maybe I'll have more funny stuff the next time. But I just felt like I should keep it 100 with you kids a little bit. And I'm filming this little blouse. I had to take the shoulder pads out because I was giving you Dorothy Zbornak realness. But get into these little, what is this, little pleats or something? I don't know. I live. But thanks for watching. Especially those of you that have been here since 2007. Let me know what you want. I do what y'all wanted to do. Y'all asked for vlogs. This is a vlog. Somebody said they wanted to see Miss Blueberry. She was in that last video. Not that anyone watched it. So I'm doing what y'all want. So tell me some more stuff you want if you made it to the end, and I'll do that too. Bye.